promotion candidate, you're most welcome once again for this live tutorials once again. And let me take this opportunity to thank this personality for their contribution that they have made towards the support of this promotion aptitude test tutorials. And you can also contribute to the support of these tutorials, especially if you are a promotion candidate who is going to write this year promotion aptitude test. It will not take very long for the promotion portal to be opened. And this morning, when I made a call to support this promotion aptitude test tutorials, some individuals benevolently contributed to the support of this promotion aptitude test. You can also support us or support us to continue with the promotion tutorials on this number 02416893882. You can also support us like these individuals who have given us their support. So you can also support us through the number. You're most welcome. So these 4 persons have done the needful to support these tutorials, and I need to acknowledge them and thank them for their contribution. You can also send your own in. Flavor, you can also support this flavor that we are putting out for each and everyone to pass the promotion exam. So the first person who made a contribution was Favor to Domeklo. I know he's a Voltarian. Thank you for your support that you have given. I appreciate it. Then you also have Muftal Jibril. Muftal Jibril also contributed to the support of this tutorial for promotion tutorial to continue on. They also have David Anderson. David Anderson also contributed this afternoon for the continuation of the promotion tutorials. Then Befi Belinda. I am so much grateful for the contribution that you have made. I'm so grateful. Favor to Domeklo, then Muftal Jibril, then David Anderson, and the last person, Biffy Belinda from Accra. I'm most grateful for your support, and I hope many of the promotion candidate will follow suit to support this promotion tutorials to continue. This evening, I've come to share with you another important area that you need to look at, most especially Assistant Director 2, Director 1, and Deputy Directors. You need to look at this area critically. Questions usually come from this area. Whether you like it or not, you meet questions from this area. And it is very important I share information with you, or I discuss something about this area with you, so that it will help you in preparation towards this 2025 promotion aptitude year. If you're with me, kindly double tap on your screen and like this video. So today we are going to look at education sector analysis Education Sector Analysis 2018. This area, questions come from this area, and you need to take your time, stay continuing till the end of this video, and you learn something very important from this area to help you pass your promotion exams. If my sound is clear, kindly report in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section if the sound is clear and live. You can write yes if the sound is clear. You can write yes. Just few seconds to write yes to tell me whether you can hear from me. Just write in the comment section yes if you can hear from me. And Favor, Jibril, Anderson, and Belinda, most grateful for your contribution. So we're going to look at education sector analysis. Education sector analysis. This is an area that you need to be very careful with. And if you are with me, stay tuned, like the video, and don't forget to subscribe, and let's move on. So when we talk about education sector analysis, what is this policy or this guideline we're talking about in education? It's very important you get to know this before you go and write your promotion aptitude test. So education sector analysis 2018 came out with this policy guideline that seeks to examine all aspects of Ghana's education system to assess to assess the sector performance in the provision of quality formal education. So what the sector um, is all about, or what this policy is all about, is to examine all the educational system in Ghana and find if there are challenges, if there are issues concerning the provision of quality formal education. So the education sector um, analysis basically is to find out in the education system to seek whether the performance in the provision of quality education is really helping the learners in Ghana education service. So the most important thing about this education sector analysis 2018 was to help seek to know whether the provision of the quality formal education was on the right path. That was the necessity of this ESA 2018 education sector analysis. Education sector analysis. So take good note of this area before you go and write your promotion aptitude test. It's very important. So it is a comprehensive assessment of education sector, drawing on a wider range of previous studies and research concerning education in Ghana. So um, it entails a lot to know the challenges, to know the prevailing issues that are affecting education, and how to solve these problems to help Ghana education service or Ghana education system move forward. So it's a comprehensive assessment. It is to assess the education system in Ghana. Double tap on your screen to like this video. Don't forget to also share your support to these tutorials. Others have contributed to the support of these tutorials. Also do same by after I've finished these tutorials, I'll leave the number behind. So comprehensive assessment of drawing on a wide range of studies and research has brought about this education sector analysis in 2018 to look holistically the education system in Ghana, to see the challenges, to see the problems, and tried all possible means to engage stakeholders to address this issue. So that is why education sector analysis was brought in 2018, and it has a purpose. That is what we are looking at. So the aim of the education sector analysis is to provide an objective analysis of a the state of education in Ghana. So its main purpose of its establishment or its existence was to look at a comprehensive and objective assessment on the state of Ghana's education, and it highlights key challenges facing the sector, and offers various possible strategies for responding to the challenges that were um, outlined or identified during the process of assessment. So, in every year, this education sector analysis take a comprehensive assessment or examine the challenges, the policies, the programs that are being implemented in Ghana, to see those challenges being solved to help Ghana education system to move forward. That is why this education sector analysis was brought in 2018. So take good note of education sector analysis. Very key in the education system. It's very, very important. If you don't know the importance of this, then this is the time to get to know. Double tap on the screen and like this tutorials. So the education sector analysis was also produced to inform the finalization of education sector plan, that is 2018 to 2030. So it indicated the plan of the education from 2018 up to 2030. What are things that need to be put in place to help Ghana education move forward right from 2018 to 2030? So take notes of this. It's also very important. And this was the um, in line with the UNESCO International Institution for Education Plan, and the way forward of education from 2018 up to 2030. So it's in line with the international bodies plan like UNESCO plan from 2018 up to 2030, the Agenda 2030 educational plan. It was also part, and it's very important that you need to know. Those who are writing yes, I've seen them set. Afum, Agnes, Ayaga, you're most welcome to this tutorial. So take note of this. Then we'll also dive into the education sector strategic plan, the ESP 2018 to 2030. What it is talking about, the education sector strategic plan. These are areas that you need to focus on, especially um, those who are going to write assistant director, director 2, director 1, and deputy directors, and more likely to come the D1, so the D2 who are going to write. So you need to pay more attention to this. These are very technical areas that you need assistance. You need someone to guide you through this to help you pass this promotion aptitude test. So we have just dealt with education sector analysis. Its main aim is to assess the education system and find challenges and try all possible means or all strategies, all approaches to solve the problem. That was the reason why education sector analysis was brought in. So you need to take good note of this before you go on. So we always have all our destined programs. If you get this book, then you're likely to pass all your promotion aptitude tests with once and not having any challenge. Now let's look at education um, sector strategic plan. Education sector or strategic plan. Education strategic plan or education sector plan. This is also another important area that people need to look at. Promotion candidate, prospective candidates who are going to write the promotion exams need to look at it before you go and write your promotion aptitude test. So if you want to pass, you need to take these things very serious to help you pass your promotion exams. So what was education sector plan or education strategic plan is all about? So what is it means is that education planning is a process of setting out in advance strategies, policies, programs, procedures, and standards through which educational objective can be achieved. So the only thing about or anything that is talking about the education strategic plan is a plan that you put in advance, strategies you put in advance, procedures that you put in advance, then methods that you put in advance, then policies that you put in advance, and programs that you put in advance to achieve the education objective in the country. That is all what the education strategic plan is all about. So the plans that are put ahead or to achieve something in future about education. That is why the education strategic plan was also instituted. So it is a process of setting out advanced strategies, policies, procedures, programs, standards through which education objective can be achieved. That is the essence of the education strategic plan. So plans that you put ahead to help achieve the educational objective. So educational planning is about exercising a foresight in determining the policies, the priorities, the course of education system, then having due regard for the economic and political realities, for the system's potential for growth, and for the needs of the country, of the peoples served by the system. So if the education need to be improved, you need an education strategic plan that will help the education to move forward in the country. That was why the education strategic plan was instituted, that covers from 2018 up to 2030. That is also in line with the international policies on education that um, has a plan from 2018 up to 2030. So you need to take good note of these areas before you go and write your promotion aptitude test. So the aim of the ESP, that is Education Strategic Plan, is to ensure that education make a positive and a permanent contribution to our national development plan and achieving the international development goal, sustainable development goal 4. It lays on this objective. By 2030, the citizens in the country need to be literate, or they should be literate. More literate should be in the education or in the country in which we are living. More of the citizens should be literate, should be able to read and write, should be able to do arithmetic and able to live, have a decent job in the country, and give fairness to um, gender and the disadvantage. So that is why the education strategic plan or education sector plan is the most important one if you want to pass your promotion exam. You need to know this. That will help you pass your promotion aptitude test. So the aim is to dissolve um, to develop a greater control to institutions like the basic and the universities. So the basic schools and the universities, the district education offices, then the national councils, the um, return to the bold, return to hold them accountable for the resources utilization for the contribution to the system. So if you want your education to move forward through the education strategic plan, you need to look at the basic schools critically, you look at the um, second cycle and the universities very critically. Then those that you give the resources to, they must offer something good. They must offer something that will really help the education. That is why those in the directorate and the district, the district directorate and the regional directorate and the headquarters, they must be held accountable for the utilization of the resources that are given to them to make a big contribution in terms of education plan. So you need to have this in your need to have this knowledge to help you pass your promotion aptitude test. So the most important aspect of this education strategic plan or this education sector plan is to plan ahead of the future and the best utilization of resources to help the country education develop and achieve the aim of education. That is the essence of the education strategic plan that everybody need to be aware of as a technocrat in education. So it is very important. Then um, the strategic, the education strategic plan also reflects on the government determination to bring lasting benefit of education to the people by improving the efficiency, the effectiveness, and the value for money. So, if the government wants to develop its citizens, it needs to invest, and investing in it needs determination, and it needs um, proper guidance. It needs effectiveness in management and efficiency in management to help this plan realize its objective of education. So it is much of importance that you know this to help you pass your promotion aptitude test. So not wasting much time, let's try and learn something about the education strategic plan to help us pass our promotion aptitude test. So this evening, I'm not discussing much on the questions, but discussing areas too that we need to have a fair knowledge, not questions all the time, but if you have fair knowledge about this, when questions come in any angles, you'll be able to answer it and answer it well. Now, let's also look at this important thing that you need to know: global citizenship education. Questions usually come from this area too, especially when it's come to contemporary issues on education. You need this area to help you pass your promotion exams. Foster do Gemfi, you're most welcome. Then Agnes Ayaga, you're most welcome. Then set Fum, right? You're most welcome to this tutorial. So what is global citizenship education? Whether you like it or not, any of the ranks you meet this question. Whether you like it or not, you meet questions from this area. Global um, citizenship education. These are the contemporary issues about education internationally and locally that we are talking about that you need to know. So the global citizenship education, that is GCED. Sometimes those who are going to do the filling, especially the deputy directors, you may ask to write what the abbreviation stand for. So anything that you are teaching, you need to be very careful with it because it may be abbreviated and you ask to write the full meaning of it. And if you're asked, if you are not going through it, then you have a problem. So global citizenship education, this is a form of civic learning. It's a form of civic learning that involves students' active participation in projects that addresses a global issues of the social, the political, economic, or environmental issues. We, we are saying that global citizenship education is where students participate in projects that address global issues like um, social issues, like political issues, economic issues, and environmental issues. Every person needs to learn about this, not students alone, but teachers are also part, or everybody in the country need to learn about this global citizenship education. That is a form of civic learning. Civic, it means that all of us are included, all the citizens are included, need to learn um, something that involves the projects and its global issues of social issues, political issues, economic issues, and environmental issues. We have so many environmental issues, political issues, economic issues, and social issues. So we need to learn something about it. So there are two main aims of, or two main elements of the global citizenship education. There are two main focus. One is global consciousness. The consciousness here is talking about the moral and the ethical aspect of the global issues. Then the second one is global competencies. What competencies do you need to have to solve social issues? The competencies that you need to have to solve political issues, then the competencies that you need to solve economic issues or environmental issues. So the first one is global consciousness, to have the moral and the ethical um, skills or aspect of it, to be aware of it and deal with these cankers that are within the global world. Then you need to develop some competencies. So skills meant to the global competencies, you need to develop the skills meant to enable learners to participate in um, changing and developing the world. Changing and developing the world. The first one, the one main element of the global citizenship education is one, global consciousness. We need to put it in our mind, or to have a deliberate plan about what we are dealing with. Is it morally right? Is it ethically right? If it is not right, then we need to learn to solve this problem. That is why we are talking about global consciousness. Then global competencies, you need to develop some skills that will help students to participate in solving these issues. So you need to know this one. This is contemporary issues. If you don't learn, hardly will you get these questions right. So global citizenship education provides overall lenses which view the role of education in promotion of a rule of law. So the rule of law is part of the political issues or the social issues. So rule of law must work in the global citizenship issues. Then it draws upon the experience from other education processes, including the human rights education, peace education, then education for sustainability development, then education for international and intercultural understanding are much of importance. So that's why I was talking about global issues like social, political, economic, and environmental issues. So when you look at human rights education, it is a social issues that we need to deal with. Then peaceful education is also a social issues. Then education for sustainable development is an economic issues. Then education for international and cultural understanding is also a social issues that we need to learn about this to help us solve issues in the world, and they are much of importance to us to look at these issues if you want the world to move forward. So global citizenship education aims to empower learners to engage and assume active roles both locally and globally as productive contributors to more just, peaceful, tolerant, inclusive, secured, and sustainable world. So learners need to be part of this to help the world move on. So global global citizenship education is built on a lifelong learning perspective. All the time we need to learn. All the time we need to share ideas both locally and internationally. So you need to learn these contemporary issues when you want to pass your promotion exams. So it can be divided into formal, non-formal, and informal setting, and it's part and parcel of Sustainable Development Goal 4. It is part of Sustainable Development Goal 4, and Sustainable Goal 4 are having about 7 targets that we also look at them in another day. This Sustainable Development Goal 4, make it a point in our next tutorial so that you learn something. Even if I've forgotten, try to remind me about Sustainable Development Goal 4. So this is what we need to know to help us pass our promotion exam. These are contemporary issues that are much of importance to our promotion. If you want to learn something about promotion aptitude tests, you shouldn't go or overlook this. So we have dealt with um, education uh, sector analysis. We also look at education strategic plan, and we have looked at global citizenship education. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this video too. Then if you want to support like those who are supporting, my number is 0241689 others have supported today. When I put the listing out, others have also contributed, and let me appreciate them again. Favor, then we have Jibril, we have Anderson, and we have Belinda. They have contributed, so also contribute to help us solve many questions or many areas, discuss about many areas for our promotion aptitude test. I shall see you tomorrow, and Good night. Bye bye.